Hi, everyone. My name is Valerie Hawes, and I'm back. Welcome back to the Goodwill Columbus YouTube page. Please be sure to like and subscribe to this channel here at Goodwill Columbus, just so you're clear. Maybe you aren't aware of what we do here. A lot of people know us from retail stores and even our day services that we provide to individuals with disabilities. However, we also have a workforce development division as well. And as a part of workforce development, we're here to assist people who are employed who are unemployed or underemployed. And right now, there are a lot of people in our country, let alone in our city and state, that are struggling with employment. And so even though that's our expertise, we want to come out here online, even though we do that in our community here in Columbus, Ohio. We are coming out here online to assist with some of the same needs as it relates to training and development as people are preparing to enter back into the workforce. So one of the things that I'm here to talk about is what not to do in an interview. If you have some interest in finding out more, developing further so that you can put yourself at the top of the line when you are seeking out employment, you found the job of your dreams, you've applied, and now they've called you back for the interview, and you want to know how to be effective in the interview, you can check out the what to do in an interview or how to prepare for an interview presentation. And you can go out to our Facebook page. It's the Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development Facebook page. And out there we have several different training classes, and now we have moved over to YouTube so that we can provide it for you here. So again, I just want to thank you for joining us. And today I'm going to talk about what not to do in the interview. Now, this is part one. There is a part two to this training. I'm only going to go over 4 tips, 4 things that you do not need to do, okay? And then for part 2, you'll get 4 more. So let's start. The first thing that you do not want to do in the interview is don't dress inappropriately, okay? So you want to make sure that what you are wearing is in alignment, but yet a step above what the dress code is for the organization. So you may have to do a little bit of investigation to find out what is the dress code for that particular organization, because every field, every company, they have their own rules. So find out what the dress code is, and then you'll want to step one level up above that for the interview, okay? So when I say that, here's what I mean. So typically in the workforce, you may have casual dress, you may have business casual dress, and then you're gonna have business professional dress. So if the attire for the job is casual dress, then for the interview, you will want to dress business casual. If the attire is business casual, you'll want to go business professional. And if the attire is business professional, you'll still just want to wear business professional attire. Now, you don't want to go getting an evening gown and a tuxedo out for it. No, no, no. Just stay with business professional if that's their dress code, okay? The second thing you'll want to do, or want to make sure that you don't do, is don't bring a beverage to the interview. Now, I understand that sometimes our mouths get dry, especially when we're nervous or when we're anxious about something very important that we're about to take on. However, for the interview, you'll want to make sure that you wet your whistle very well in the car on the way. But once you go into the office, even waiting in the waiting room, try not to bring in a beverage to have there, not even a bottle of water. You'll want to come in ready to go and prepared for the interview. Now, when you are in the interview, they may offer you a beverage. And if they do that, that's great. If they offer you a beverage, you may accept, that would be fine, but only accept water. They may say something like, well, would you like a cup of coffee or some tea or blah, blah, blah. I suggest sticking with water only, because coffee and some herbal teas have an aroma, if you will, that is not always becoming, okay? And you don't want that distraction. You don't want to have coffee breath in the interview. So if you'd like to have some water, some sort of beverage there handy to wet your whistle, get the water, ask for water, and that should be just fine. So if you think you're one of those people that get dry mouth, make sure that you just bring water with you and leave it in the car, or drink it before you get out of the car for the interview, and then you're good to go. If they offer you a beverage, accept water, water only. All right, number 3, do not use your phone in the interview. Now look, I understand. I am attached to this thing. This thing is next to me right now. This is my baby, okay? I don't go anywhere without my baby. And when I lose my baby, I'm upset, okay? So I understand the need to be drawn to that phone at any moment, but you don't want to bring that phone in if it is a distraction to you. Now, I think most of us know not to sit in the interview just scrolling through the internet while you're actually talking with the interviewer. However, I would also like to let you know that that's not the first time that they're going to take notice to you. They're also going to notice you when you walk in, and even while you're waiting in the lobby to be called for the interview. So make sure that when you are in the lobby, that you are sitting straight, that your posture is great at all times, that you are smiling, that you are speaking to people, that you are not frowning, because sometimes we're not even mindful of our own body language. So you'll want to make sure that you are always ready, willing, and just expecting to speak to people, acknowledge their presence, just as you would want them to acknowledge yours, and to be focused on the interview. If you'd like to look through your portfolio and scan your resume, go over that information, that's fine. That you can read, but I suggest do not read the phone, okay? And if you think that that phone is going to be a true distraction for you, then leave the phone in the car. I know it's hard, but leave it in the car. Also, while you're sitting out there, and I said be mindful of your posture, you'll want to do that. And you'll want to be nice and kind to everybody you come in contact with. Because one thing that most hiring managers will do is they may go back to that receptionist, that person that greeted you when you came in and who called you back when it was time for you to go for your interview. That hiring manager may go to that receptionist and say, so what did you think of her? How did he treat you? Did he smile? Was she nice? Was she slouching? Was she on her phone? So make sure that you are mindful that you are on display from the moment you walk through those doors. In fact, maybe even before. So be mindful and be sure not to use your phone, okay? And then last but not least, the fourth thing that you'll want to be mindful of in the interview is you'll want to make sure that you have prepared prepared to answer the questions that are being asked. Now you may be asking me, well, how do I know what questions they're going to ask? How can I prepare? Well, if you check out our previous video on how to prepare for the interview, and you can go out to our Facebook page, as I mentioned earlier, you can go out there and you can watch. I have a list of 10 most commonly asked questions in the interview. You can jot down those questions and prepare to answer each and every one of them in complete sentences. That's right. Write them down and then write them out, the answers, in complete sentences. We tend to speak things as we learn them. We speak things as we rehearse them. So you will want to have that list of questions. You'll want to write out those answers and then rehearse. Coming to an interview unprepared is nobody's fault but your own. Okay. I don't care what field, what industry, and I don't care who the interviewer is. They may have additional questions, but those 10, you can count on them asking some variation of that question. And sometimes they may rephrase that question a little bit, but you'll want to make sure that you are answering it as you have rehearsed it. So whatever you do not come to an interview unprepared to answer the questions as they are asked, okay? So here are the 4 things again. 1, be sure that you don't come to the interview dressed inappropriately. Never dress inappropriately. Number 2, don't come into the interview bringing a beverage with you, okay? Number 3, do not come into the interview using your phone. And number 4, make sure you don't go to an interview unprepared after having not practiced and rehearsed the questions that are going to be asked of you, okay? Now, those are the 4 things that I want you to think about. Again, we have 4 more that I'm going to come back probably, I don't think it'll be this week. I think sometime next week, I'm going to come back with part 2, the other 4 things, most important things that you should not do in an interview. In the meantime, make sure that you go out to our Facebook page, the Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development Facebook page, and check out our videos. Out there, we've got tons of videos pertaining to interviewing, pertaining to the job search. We have an Indeed career search workshop that explains to you some of the tips and tricks of how to effectively find the right job for you. Also, we have the Indeed Career Builder class that talks about, I'm sorry, not Career Builder, the Resume Builder class that teaches you how to develop an excellent resume easily, just by, there's different ways. If you have a resume already that you want to upload and change around the formatting of, we can show you how to do that. And if you just need to build one from the ground up, we give you tips and make it easy for you to do that effectively, okay? So there's so much good information that we have to share. We are new to YouTube, but we are going to be coming back each and every day. And I think next week, we're going to try our best to try to go live at 10 and at 2 every day. This week, we're just going to be live at 2 p.m., but moving forward, it's going to be a whole lot more. So I hope you check us out. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave your questions right here in the chat. Or again, you can hit us up on our Facebook page and we'll be sure to answer them. Also, I did not say hello to our moderator, Victor, who is in the chat right now. He was available to answer any questions that you might have. But again, if you have questions after seeing this on the replay, leave a message anyway in the comment section. We'll get back to you, all right? All right, with that said, have a great day. Please stay safe and healthy. And that's it. Have a good one, all right? Thank you, guys. Bye.